Well, hello everybody. I hope you're having a tremendous day.
No.
What was that?
I'm just saying hello.
Yeah, well, what, you turned English all of a sudden? Oh, there, Johnny. Good time. What was that? Hello there. Good chocolate. Okay. Do I call you Lady Lene?
I'm just trying to have fun.
You got it, Lady Lene. We thought we'd tell you a little bit about our trip to St. Maarten.
If you see the plane in the back, that's how close it would come in. It's like, it was crazy. I actually stood there by that fence there, and you could feel the heat coming off the back of the plane. It's so crazy.
Yeah, and sometimes the stream from the jets comes up off of the ocean. It's something else. Of course, I played it safe. I was parked 100 yards away watching it.
I wanted to do it though, just to say that I did that before. So.
Yep. How does it feel to be able to say that?
Pretty cool.
Good. Well, when we got there, we stayed at the Breeze, I think, something like that. Sun Breeze? I can't remember the name. Something, but I know that Linnea wanted to get in a fight with the manager. And manager, because we got a terrible room, and the manager was really upset. He says, "See, this is why I don't like Americans coming down here." And Sam's up in the balcony, videotaping, and yells down, "You're from Georgia, buddy!"
I think it was North Carolina.
North Carolina, North Carolina, that's what it was. "You're from North Carolina. What do you mean you don't like when Americans come down here?" But they finally moved us to the presidential suite. Now, when I say the presidential, I don't mean that. The room they moved us to there was absolutely incredible, with the vista, the ocean. And we got to see everything going on. The cruise ships coming in.
The company that we...
the company, which was a great company. What was
called
it?
And made a...
What was the name of the company?
RCI.
RCI, yeah.
So you better do this right.
And they did it right. And then we actually went over to Little Divvy and stayed in the presidential suite there. Now, when I say presidential suite, no, that is where the president of
somewhere. Yeah, it wasn't the room that we stayed in or anything like that.
No, not that room. We were watching. That's how you tell. We were watching the Cleveland's Convention Center with the political convention going on, where they elected. Yeah, it was about 6 years where they elected Trump.
So they. Everything was not perfect, but it was so much better there.
Oh yeah,
and they tried hard.
They tried really hard, but they brought one
washcloth.
They brought one washcloth for the entire room, and my dad pulls her aside and said, "I hid the washcloth."
He says they only brought one washcloth, and I hid it.
And they had a fold-out bed that the boys slept on, and they put we're in the honeymoon suite. Now let me tell the story because I just love it. I'm the active member of this story. They had a roll-out bed, a cot. Well, it was a bed, but it was a roll-out cot. It was about the size of a twin?
Not even.
Yeah, smaller than a twin. Now, understand, my dad was, he had to have been 75 at the time, and I felt so bad for him. And the whole trip, we were there for a couple of weeks, and the whole trip, and it was beautiful. This place was just gorgeous. But I said to him about the sleeping arrangements, and I kept saying, Lene will sleep in the cot if you want. She'll sleep in the cot. Now you're thinking, oh, how chivalrous. Why didn't you offer to sleep in the cot? Well, because the fact is, that would mean this comfortable, so comfortable king-size bed her and my dad would share. And that just did, that'd be very awkward. So I kept saying, Dad, Lene will sleep
but
there.
I had offered too.
She's the thinker. She's always the good person. No, you are. You're the one that comes up with the prizes and everything else and the giveaways. Which, by the way, speaking of giveaways, if by the 14th of March,
14th of May,
the 14th of March,
it's past that already.
The 14th of May, if we have 200 members,
200 YouTube
subscribers, yes. 200 YouTube subscribers, Facebook. I want you to do this so bad. She will dye her hair either
blue.
Okay, now you get to pick the color, and the majority color wins.
There'll be a vote.
Yeah.
Let's make it by. Let's make the subscribers by. How about by May 7th, and then they have a week.
That's 3 weeks total.
And then we have a week to decide what color.
No, they're going to decide what color.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. It's
or
pink.
when they subscribe.
Yeah, when you
subscribe, put a comment and say.
When
blue,
you subscribe, put color there.
Blue, pink, or it's going to be a mix. That's kind of like a cotton candy kind of look.
Blue, pink, or cotton candy, and then fire us out an email telling us you subscribed so we can put you on the winners list and.
Winners list.
Well,
your name in there.
Oh yeah, we'll put you on the winners list.
No.
We'll put you on the list. But
for the drawings.
Yeah, drawings. And remember, at the end of March, and I did say that right, two prizes. One we both agreed on, which is who's the guy doing the jig at the beginning of the month, at the end of February. And number two, if you send me a picture, not just the corned beef and cabbage, but St. Patty Day decorations around it, which means you would have already had to have taken one. You send that to me, and okay, Irish stew will work as well, because that's authentic Irish. Corned beef and cabbage actually isn't authentic Irish. In fact, people don't know that green is not the Irish color, it's blue. They wore the green clover to show that they are rebellious toward the overthrowing country at the time, which happened to be England, right? Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, where was I going with this?
My hair.
Oh, okay. So you get to subscribe.
Oh, the gifts, yeah.
What gifts?
So there's one for the jig guy. There's one for the pictures of the stew.
Yeah. And then, of course, our regular giveaway that we have at the end of every month.
Great.
So you definitely want to subscribe, and you definitely want to send.
The sooner the better.
It's WOO, 2 O's, LL, 2 L's, 2 O's,
2 L's,
EY. Mammoth, 2 O's,
2 L's,
EY.
So it's Woolley Mammoth on tour at gmail.com.
Oh, we should have sung that.
Gmail.
At gmail.com. Ooh, talk about the harmony. It was tight.
Same note, buddy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it shows you how much I know about music. Well, anyhow, we were down here at St. Maarten. This is where Trump and
Melania?
Trumpet
Melania?
have their home. And it's there in the French house.
It is Melania, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I kept saying to my dad each day when we wake up, so where do you want to go today, Dad? The airport.
You didn't finish the story about the bed.
Oh, yes, the bed. So I kept saying to him, Dad, Linnea will sleep in the bed. Dad, if you're uncomfortable, Linnea will sleep in the bed. He looked up to me with as serious a look as he could muster. Now you've got a picture of this 75-year-old guy, and he says, Lou, the bed is barely big enough for me, let alone the two of us. I walked right into that. We went out and he stayed there and sat down on the bed. He said on the king size bed. He said that was the most comfortable bed I ever. He said I sat down. Next thing I know, several hours later, I woke up.
Right.
When we first arrived, we're talking. If I know this is going to be a shock to you, but I like to talk and I like to meet people. Shocker. Oh, what do they call that? Spoiler. So one morning we decide to go over to the French half because I heard how beautiful it kept it over there. And so we get over there and they had this house for sale. And I get out of the car. What? No. You were going to ask me something. Oh, I get out of the car and a lady comes running up to me and says, Lou, how are you doing? Here in this little remote island on the coast there, way down south, east. And I said, I'm doing great. I recognized the lady. I said, I'm doing great. How you been? Oh, great. Are you here to look at houses? No, just coming down here to visit. You know how it goes. And, I know a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. You know a Frank Westland?
Boy, you worked on that cue, didn't you? Frank Westland? Why, no!
What?
What? You don't know Frank Westland? No, but let me tell you something. She was supposed to say, oh, you think you know everybody.
You just said no.
I didn't. No. Oh.
You messed it up.
You threw me.
Okay, let's try it again.
Okay.
Do you know Frank Westland?
I think I know him. He sounds familiar.
You think you know everybody.
Well, it's not that I know everybody. It's that everybody probably knows me. At least that's what I told my son Bryce when he asked, oh, that's not my son. This is what I told my oldest son when he asked me, Dad!
Wow.
Well, it wasn't him. Dad, do you know everybody? And I said, no, but I think everybody knows me. And he started laughing. He goes, that's the silliest thing. There's 8 billion people on this planet. I said, let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. So I called up the airport right here that you see. And I said, let me book a flight to D.C. And we get in the airplane, which my dad was very happy we got to the airport.
To go to the airport.
We got in the plane, and we flew to Washington, D.C., and there was Clinton there waiting. He had the red carpet rolled out, and all the Senate and the Chief of Justice, everybody was standing there. Lou, I hear coming from the crowd. I look and there's Willie. I call him Willie Clinton. Willie! What? I say, what? What? Yeah, that's what I call him, Willie. I said, hey, Willie, what's up? And he goes, oh, Lou, to what do I owe this privilege of you coming here to see me? And I said, listen, I'd love to stay a while, but I'm wondering if I could borrow Air Force One. Yeah, that's what I said, Air Force One. I need to fly over to England uninhibited. And he said, of course, Willie said, of course, Louie. We kind of throw that E on it. Yeah, we threw that E on our names. Of course, Louie. So I get in Air Force One and I fly it up to England.
Fly it up?
I'm a pilot. You didn't know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, I know. She won't get in the plane with me, though. That's the sad thing. So the pilot flies up, and I am a pilot, but it wasn't me who flew it. The pilot flies us over to England, and there's a limousine waiting for us. A big old stretch limo. They said, oh, we got ice water in the back and some soda pops and all kinds of goodies. And that reminds me of the part of the story I was telling earlier, and I'll get right back to this one. There on the Dutch side, they had one row pretty much of where there's a little bazaar, and Bryce, I've been saying his name all the time. The youngest one said to me, can I go for a walk? Now, this was the scariest thing. I really felt like following him and spying around the corners and everything, but I just called up the police department there, the policia, and I had them follow just to make sure he was safe. And I said, 3 things I want you to remember now. Number 2, son. There you go. Number 1, that was, by the way.
Didn't you say this already?
No, I never said this story. That was, this is the remake, the remix.
Okay.
All right, I said, here's the 3 things I want you to remember. Number 1, do not talk to strangers. Number 2, which you think would have went with number 1, do not get in the car with anyone. And number 3, most important of the 3 things that he needs to know, do not pay retail.
That's where you said this.
Yes, I did on the first one, and then you shut it off.
What? No.
Yeah, because I was talking about a product. And
just keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
So we went into town, and they had an Uncle Grandpa somebody rum. They had these nice restaurants, and we went there and seen them. What was their big drink down there? We didn't have it, but what was it? Some kind of pina colada, but I can't remember what it was. You don't remember this?
No.
Back where they had the cheese barn, and we sat there right on the water's edge, and we looked out, and had
I don't remember this.
Oh, okay. Anyhow.
I don't remember
So
this.
you know I didn't say this before.
No, meaning, how many of them did I drink?
Oh, you better not have drunk, Annie. So she decides to buy 8 bottles of rum.
It was really good rum.
I need to talk to you about your drinking rum. And tequila and margarita.
No, it was good rum.
Please, people, pray for me.
It was good rum.
I'm going to take your word for it. The all 11 bottles, huh?
No, 8 bottles.
Yeah, all 8 bottles, huh?
But I didn't.
You know, you gave a lot of it away.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what she brought it back for. And it was legal for her too. That all of her friends at work wanted her to bring her back some braid that back up, so that's what she did. Now, back up to the story where I was at. Here I am in England, a big stretch limo, Coca-Cola, Sprite. I was on the Coca-Cola freak for about, I should be having for years. And now I'm kind of, yeah, I like Werner's ginger ale. Oh, I love that stuff. But my mother-in-law sends it to me from time to time, and it's so good. And I love you. I love you, Queen of Ginger Ale Werner's. Queen Werner's, that's what I'll call you. Anyhow, he pulls us into the guest gate, the gold trimmed with the shield of Buckingham Palace. And out comes running this 70 at the time, 79-year-old Queen Elizabeth. I think she was 79 at the time.
I don't know.
She comes running out, gives me a hug like she just found her long-lost son. Lou! And I said, Queenie! That's what I call her, Queenie. No, not everybody can do that. I can't. We're stuck on that E thing again. Hey, Queenie! Yeah, Louie! Said, I just came over from Woolley. And I need to know if I can borrow your ship. I have a journey I have to meet. Now keep in mind, the #1 son's with me, and he is just gobstopped. Here we go to the White House, meet with Willie. We get on Air Force One. We take it over to England. He's just an absolute amazement. We're talking with Queenie, and I said, Queenie, I need to borrow your ship.
So you flew there just to ask her to borrow the ship?
Yes, yes. Well, now keep in mind, that I needed to show my #1 son that everybody knows me. All right, there's a reason for it. So I said, I need to borrow your ship. She said, Louie, you know Queenie will deliver. Whatever Louie wants, Queenie gets.
What?
That's whatever Louie wants, Queenie gets. She goes out and gets it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, all she has to do is say, Louie wants this, and it's there. It's there. It's there. That quick. You know why? Because all the artisans, the blacksmiths, they all know it's for me, and it's the best one that they ever had.
Okay.
All right, you're getting worried here, I think. Well, you're in trouble. Well, this is over here, big trouble for that and for the rum.
What?
What? Who had rum? I didn't know. So I get into the Queenie 2. Queen Elizabeth 2. I call it the Queenie 2. And me and my boy are in the first class cabin, and the captain comes down and he says, we're going to have smooth sailing because you're here. And
the weather cooperates with you.
Yeah, the weather cooperates with you. And I said, I know this. What are you telling me what I already know? And he goes, yeah, you're right. I know that too. Well, here we end up at the Holy See. Now, it's not connected to the ocean. It's not a sea, just so that you'll know that. That's the name of the what? World's smallest country, the Holy See, guarded by. Yes, you didn't know that?
The smallest country is Vatican City.
Yeah, the Holy See.
Vatican City.
It's called the Holy See.
Okay.
I know it's the Vatican City. I grew up Catholic.
Okay, go.
Alright, me and Father Malone were like this. I gotta be careful. Anyhow, we pull out there, the Swiss guards, they pull back their swords, and bow and curtsy as me and my boy walk in, and I says, listen, I want you to understand, number one, son, because of the security, not that I couldn't surpass it, and my number one son says, oh, okay, here we go, now I'm going to get the rub. Why we can't meet the Pope. And I said, you know what, I need you to just wait right here. You will know, by the time I'm done, you'll know that I know the Pope. Or the Pope knows me, even better yet, that's more important. So, he's waiting in the throngs of people who are there to see the Pope.
What's throngs mean?
Many. And they're all waiting to see the Pope and hear him speak ex-cathedral Excalibur. Huzzah! That's what he says when he sees me. What's up? Now, you know when the Pope's up there and he goes like this, you know what he's saying, don't you? He's saying, I'm gonna buy the big pizza. I'm gonna slice it many slices. I'm gonna share with everyone. That's what he's saying. That's what you always wonder what he was saying. Now I ask him. The Cardinals and all, they'll say, oh yeah, he's saying, Padre Cristo del Spirito, but I know what he's really saying. Anyhow, my son's waiting down in the throng of people, and all of a sudden he told me the story afterwards. Mm-hmm. That somebody tapped him on his shoulder, and I'm up there with the Pope, and the Pope's trying to rush through Mass so that he and I could go and eat some papal fish, and he's up there. He says, "Look! This is what the Pope said. Look, I got on my sharpest tunic, and look, I got my extra high hat on just because I knew you were coming today." I knew it. We had word from D.C. telling us you were coming here today. We had word from France telling us you were coming here today.
France?
Well, yeah, the French Quarter, the French half of St. Martin, the airport. Come on, keep up with the story. Keep up with the story. Anyhow, said, yeah, I got it all fixed up for you. And I say, hey, Popey. That's what I call him, Popey. I said, Willie and Queenie said their best, Popey. Wow. And he said, well, you give him a little kiss from the Popey too. Not the Popo, the Popey. Well, this is what I heard my son tell me afterwards. He said, I'm standing there in the throng of people. All of a sudden, somebody taps me on the shoulder. I can see you and the Pope up there in the balcony, and he's doing his he's doing his martial arts move, showing off for me. But he likes to show off his martial arts move. And the guy taps my number one son on the shoulder, and he says, hey. And my son turns around and he goes, yeah? Who's that guy up there? You're gonna at the end of the story, you're gonna cough so they can't hear it.
Sorry. I had to cough.
Oh. So, as my son was sitting in with the throng of, time number 3.
I need a cough.
A cough.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. As he's standing there in the throng of people, he gets a tap on his shoulder. He turns around, and the guy behind him looks up and he says, "Hey, who's that guy up there with Louie?" I impressed my son that day. Yes, I did. I impressed him. All right, folks. You have a good day today. And I hope that puts some smiles on some of your faces. Linnea and I just getting together and gabbing. Other than actually going to D.C. to England, everything else in that story was a lie. I mean, everything else in the story was true. She's giving me a dirty look. Well, you did buy 11 bottles or 8 bottles of rum.
8.
He did go for a walk. We did stay at the presidential suite.
We did say the presidential suite.
In the presidential little divvy. And
It was in the same resort as.
oh, it was beautiful. And Trump does live there with Mom.
Yeah. Little bits and pieces.
Little bits and pieces of reality mixed with super reality. Thank you. Have a super, super day.
Bye-bye.
Boy, don't forget to subscribe and to hit
subscribe, ring the bell.
hit the comment, do a dance, and
Blue, pink,
blue
or cotton
pink,
candy.
Or cotton candy. All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.